The Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises Exporters, organized by the Osun State Coordinating Office of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council (NEPC), attracted key stakeholders in export business owners, investors, farmers, and food processor experts, among others. In his welcome address, Osun State Coordinator NEPC, Mr. Sunday Ayodele, said the Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises Exporters is part of the effort of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, an agency charged with the responsibility of developing and promoting non-oil export towards the diversification of the Nigerian economy, in ensuring that information gaps are bridged to the benefit of the exporters at grassroots level. The state coordinator noted that the program is aimed at educating potential exporters and other stakeholders on export incentives put in place by the council so as to enhance their export businesses. He charged those who participated in the program to ensure they acquaint themselves with the resources made available by the council so as to enable them draw wealth and tap the untapped resources in the export sector.
The essence of carrying out this international program is that we realize that notwithstanding that the government has put in place so many incentives to assist exporters, especially the SMEs, not all of them are aware of the existence of these incentives, how much more, how to access it. So what we have used this platform to do for now is to educate them on the available incentive and how to access it.
In his remarks, the Osun State Commissioner for Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, who commended the effort of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, affirmed the Osun State government's commitment under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke towards promoting export growth by giving maximum support to goods exporters as a way of adding value and growth to the state economy. He noted that there is urgent need to encourage the development of local industries in the country as a way of promoting the patronage of locally made goods and products, adding that efforts are in top gear to increase visibility and market share for these indigenous products.
We encourage local made products. We give them enabling environment. We connect them to the right source where they can get funding, where they can get support. So these are the things that help the society, that help the economy, so that they will be able to help the young entrepreneur to promote the local made goods from Osun State.
The commissioner, who noted that Osun State is well blessed with various agricultural products, said the state government is aware of the challenges faced by Nigerian exporters, adding that certain steps have been put in place to assist farmers export their products with ease. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odunga, OSBC News.
Níbi àgbékalẹ̀ ètò náà tí alákòóso àjọ tí ó ń ṣe àgbélárugẹ fọ́rọ̀ àwọn tó ń fi ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè gbé kalẹ̀ láti ráwọn oníṣòwò, àwọn olókoòwò, àwọn àgbẹ̀ àtàwọn míì. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ kíni káàbọ̀ rẹ̀, alákòóso àjọ náà nípìnlẹ̀ yìí, ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sunday Ayodele sọ pé ètò ọ̀hún ni wọ́n ṣe fáwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké àtàwọn tí okòwò wọn gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí díẹ̀ sí tí wọ́n fi ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè, tó sì jára akitiyan àjọ náà àtojúṣe rẹ̀ láti máa ṣe àgbélárugẹ fáwọn ọjà tí wọ́n fi ń ṣọwọ́ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè kí ìlọsíwájú lè wà nídìí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí, káwọn tí wọ́n ń fi àwọn ohun èlò yìí ṣọwọ́ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè láwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú lè ní ìmọ̀ tó kún. Alákòóso àjọ ọ̀hún nípìnlẹ̀ yìí sọ pé lọ́nà àti túbọ̀ làwọn lóye lórí àwọn ètò tájọ náà ṣàgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ fún wọn ló mú kí wọ́n ṣe ètò ìtanijí yìí. Ó rọ àwọn tó kópa níbi ètò náà láti rí dájú pé wọ́n ṣàmúlò ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan àǹfààní tí àjọ yìí gbé kalẹ̀ fún wọn.
Ohun tá a fẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn ètò kóríyá èyí tí ìjọba ní kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn oníṣòwò, pàápàá àwọn tó ń kó àwọn nǹkan tí à ń ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè jáde lọ sí òkè òkun. So nínú over 162 people tó participate, téèyàn bíi mẹ́wàá bá ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, tí wọ́n gẹ̀ẹ́tì nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n gẹ̀ẹ́tì, definitely á rí ipa wọn ní ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àti ní Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀.
Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ kọmíṣánná fọ́rọ̀ okòwò àti ilé-iṣẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, òun ló ti gbóṣùbà fákitiyan àjọ tó wà fárọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń fi ohun èlò àti ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ní ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí lábẹ́ ìdarí gómìnà Ademola Adeleke yóò máa ṣàtìlẹ́yìn tó gbọ̀ngbọ̀n fún wọn lórí fífi àwọn tá à ń ṣe lábẹ́lé ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè tí yóò tún mú kéètò ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fẹjú sí i. Ó ló ṣe pàtàkì láti máa ṣe àgbélárugẹ fáwọn tó ń pèsè nǹkan lábẹ́lé àti pé ètò tí ń wáyé láti fààyè gba títa àwọn nǹkan tá à ń pèsè lábẹ́lé ní ọjà tó rọjú. Kọmíṣánná náà fi kún pé Ọlọ́run kẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú ọ̀kan òjọ̀kan àwọn ohun èrè oko. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ní ìjọba mọ̀ nípa ìpèníjà tó ń kojú àwọn tó ń fi ohun èlò ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè tí ètò sì ti ń wáyé láti ran àwọn àgbẹ̀ náà lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n lè máa fi èrè oko wọn ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè.
Ohun tí à ń ṣe láti lè ran àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́wọ́ lọ́sùn láti lè ní ìlọsíwájú láti lè ní iṣẹ́ àdáni ara ẹni tá à ń ṣe láti lè gba àwọn export promotion council láàyè nínú ministry wa wọ́n ní ọ́fíìsì the state office wọ́n wà lọ́fíìsì ó wà ní inú ọ́fíìsì wa and a dẹ̀ tún fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ dá iléeṣẹ́ lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àdáni à ń fún wọn ní ìrànwọ́ a dẹ̀ tún fún wọn ní èyí táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní contact bí wọ́n ṣe rówó ìrànwọ́ a dẹ̀ tún jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ yìí pé tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ ìjọba láti lè fún wọn ní ìgbèdéke tí wọ́n fi lè lọ síwájú à ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ àwa ṣetán láti lè jẹ́ kí ọrọ̀ ajé Ọ̀ṣun kó rọ́gùn sí.
Ti state of Osun. Orúkọ mi ni Alhaji Wálé Ògúngbèmí, alága àgbẹ̀ ọlọ́pẹ ní Ifẹ̀ local government Ìpótùmọ́lù. I am Ashiba James, a friend of the house. Prince Oyewale Ibrahim, Vice Chairman of
orúkọ mi ni Fẹ́mi Mr. Fẹ́mi Fowówẹ̀ oníkòkò àti oníkòkò. Orúkọ mi ni Alátọ́pẹ́ ní ìlú Kòkó Fámà.
Captain Oyewale, leader of Alpha.
I'm Chief S. Mamala, the Chairman Board of Trustees of Kola North, and at the same time, as additional member.
Adéyẹ̀dẹ̀ Johnson, Ògbódò.
Ayédèjì Julius Iyọlá, ìjà àgbẹ̀ òyìnbó ní ẹgbẹ́ Ògbódò.
Orúkọ mi ni John Noah, ọlọ́pẹ̀ ọgbẹ̀ ọlọ́pẹ̀.
Orúkọ mi ni Evangelist Káyọ̀dé Fárúbí Ògúndowó.
Zinat Biaminu, Scientific Officer at Raw Material Research and Development Campus.
Prince Aliyemi Abia, Investment Officer at Raw Material Research and Development Campus.
Officer Amadi, Secretary, Bigi Pastor of Nigeria.
Ọláyíwáyé Emmanuel, Ogun Cross and Ogun
Mrs. Ibisa Kirat, Bola North and Bidangona Central.
Orúkọ mi ni Ẹgbẹ́ Yusuf, mẹ́bà àgbẹ̀kọ́.
My name is Adeola Adeoke, Alpha Chairman of the local government. Adéyẹmọ Kéde, member FAM. Adesokunmi Ayọ̀dé, member.
I am Deputy Controller of Customs, DC SSM from Nigerian Customs.
My name is Mr. Osun State Assistant Secretary for
Orúkọ mi ni láti wọlé ilẹ̀ àpapọ̀ ìgbà.
I am Osura Dolade, Creative Director of the Nigerian Craft and Leather Works.
Everybody, all protocols duly observed. A welcome address of the State Coordinator of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Welcome address today by the State Coordinator, Nigerian Sport Promotion Council, Osun State Coordinating Office, Mr. Ayodele Sunday. And the Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises (SME) exporters held at Alaja Hotel, Osogbo, Osun State on Thursday, 30th November 2023. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be here in your midst this morning and to welcome you at this occasion of the Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises (SME) exporters. This is part of the effort of the Nigerian Sport Promotion Council (NEPC), an agency charged with the responsibility of developing and promoting non-oil export towards the diversification of the Nigerian economy, in ensuring that information gaps are bridged to the benefit of exporters at grassroots level. This program is aimed at educating exporters, potential exporters, and other stakeholders on export incentives administered by the Council. It has come to our knowledge that some members of the exporting communities, especially the SMEs, that is the small and medium enterprises, lack information on available incentives and how to access them to enhance their export business. The Council has therefore resolved to embark on aggressive sensitization of the exporting communities on these subjects. As we are all aware, incentives are key catalysts that can use to boost export and increase forex inflow into the Nigerian economy. Export incentives in Nigeria are no doubt a way of cushioning the effect of poor infrastructure, which has also contributed to high cost of production in our country and make made in Nigeria products uncompetitive in terms of pricing. The roles of incentives schemes in diversifying the Nigerian economy can therefore not be overemphasized if Nigeria made in Nigeria products must have its share in the global market. For the avoidance of doubt, the objectives of export incentives are: 1. To promote export growth by providing support to exporters, which will in turn boost foreign exchange earnings, enhance economic competitiveness, and contribute to overall economic growth. 2. To enhance the competitiveness of our domestic industries in the global market. 3. To balance trade deficits by promoting export and reducing reliance on imports. 4. To attract foreign direct investment, which is FDI, by making Nigeria more attractive to foreign investors, creating a favorable business environment which can lead to the development of export-oriented industries. I therefore wish to admonish all participants in today's program to take advantage of the experience of the resource person for today's engagement, to acquaint themselves with available export incentives and how to access them and use the platform as an opportunity to increase your export to the world and contribute your quota to the growth of the Nigerian economy. Once again, on this note, I welcome you all and wish you a fruitful and rewarding section. Thank you and God bless you.
The presence of an amiable gentleman, a personal brother to me. I think I've enjoyed his company since I arrived at Osogbo as the state coordinator for NEPC. I'm talking about the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumi Jerry.
I think I just told you about this program sometimes last week. I was thinking because of your busy schedule, it will not be possible for you to be here. But you told me that personally you will be around. And that was why we said, okay, we're going to treat our case like that of David in the Bible. And when they say he's on the field, we say no. The prophet said we will not sit until he comes. And that was why we have waited for you for this long. Thank you so much for making it down. Again, Let me recognize the presence of our amiable mama in the house, the permanent secretary, who is always with us in all weather, whether good or bad. I'm talking about Mrs. Kende Odelere. Thank you so much. My brother and strategic partner from the Nigerian Customs Service. Together we are on this ship. If we are flying, I know we are flying together. I know the thing that we will not sink. So God will help us to be able to sail the ship of the economy of this country successfully in Jesus' name. To all the chairmen of the different associations in the house, let me recognize you. I may not be able to mention your names one by one. I acknowledge the support you have given to us since I resumed in this term. A lot of you have visited, a lot of you have sent some word of advice to us, a lot of them have, in a way or the other, shown that they are part of us.
And we do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for all that are here, all the SMEs, all the businessmen and women. Thank you so much for coming. To our able men from the fourth realm, the gentlemen of the press, we say once again, thank you so much for coming. God bless you all. Amen.
Please gather your hands together as you welcome to the Lord.
Good afternoon. Once again, I say good afternoon, and my sincere apology is very on like my person to come late for a program. Exactly 2 weeks ago, I buried my mother, and I said to the church, it's going to be 8 o'clock. I'm going to start the service. I couldn't believe it. I was at the church at exactly 7:30 in the morning. So everybody was meeting me at the church with my mother's cup. So it's not my normal practice. But unfortunately, yesterday I lost a brother. A junior brother, which we buried our mother together 2 weeks ago. The accident happened after the burial, 2 days after the burial. But you can see Nigerian culture. People have kept me home, visiting, giving condolences. So that was what kept me home for not to come and answer your call. It's not that the usual politician, it's a politician, they can go to events and when they will. Sorry about this, and my sincere apology. Some were even thinking in the ministry that I won't be able to make it, and I said, no, I will be here. We have done our best to rescue him. He couldn't make it. Life continues. Thank you. I am delighted to be here today at this workshop organized by Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Nigeria is a nation has relied so much on the oil sector for years, and we must therefore find a ways to diversify our economy from the oil sector to non-oil sector. I am happy the Nigerian Export Promotion Council is at the forefront to this diversification effort of the federal government. I want to thank NEPC for their effort in boosting the growth of the non-oil sector and encouraging exportation of various indigenous products to other countries. Osun State is well known for its agricultural products such as cocoa, palm oil, yam, rice, Coca-Cola nuts, cassava, maize, cocoyam, sweet potatoes, various of other fruits and vegetables, among others. The state has more than 250 other indigenous products which are exportable to other countries. We have producers and processors who are involved in the value chain but do not have the requisite. That is, they don't have the requisite knowledge on how to market their products and make them exportable. For your information, in 1999, I happened to be first Nigerian to export palm wine to Europe and America. And I started taking all dry foods, all sort of dry foods from this Osogbo to Europe and America. So it is, I am not new, and I want to encourage you. If you are making a certain percentage here in Nigeria, if you export your product, you will make it 300% profit. I can tell you, because I have practicalized it and it works for me, and it's going to work for you. Amen. This session workshop on strategic development program for small and medium enterprise exporters is well thought out by the council. This workshop is coming at a critical time to create awareness for exporters on the incentives that are available in the NEPC. These incentives will help in making domestic products competitive in the global market and encourage expansion of businesses. We need incentives to encourage expansion of exports, encourage businesses to export certain categories of goods and services, facilitate greater market penetration, and encourage domestic value addition. When I said I started 1999 to be exporting goods, I was at advantage because I was coming from Europe. I reside in Europe. Finances is not my problem. But now, we as indigenous company, we have challenges of finance. And that is where this export promotion comes in, to help us. Finance is a major challenge to most exporters. Finance is important in the export business, and its available and its availability helps the exporters to do his or her business with case and lack of its hamper in success of export activities. I will therefore urge Nigerian Export Promotion Council to expose Osun exporters to the various forms available at the council, which can help them to access and increase productivity in their businesses. The government of Senator Adebola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke is focused on adding value to Osun economy through creation of job opportunities and work for the people, and taking the state to enviable heights through commercial and industrial development as captured in our recent launch industrial development policy. Recently, we just finished a few days ago. We just finished a free trade, trade fair, and we can see so many potentials, so many. Though some of you did not come and exhibit your product, but this is an avenue that you can showcase. I pray that next year you will come with your product, come and showcase, so that so many international companies that will be having stand will be able to engage you and promote you. Not everything that the government can do for you, but if you make effort, your effort will bring people, will connect you, so that you can be able to have maximum profit for your business. The state government will therefore continue to collaborate with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council to promote the export of main industrial goods and services to the international market. And will take advantage of the export incentives of the council to benefit the SMSM sector in the state. I will end this message by appreciating the organizers, that is Nigerian Export Promotion Council, of this program and urging participants to use this knowledge gained at this workshop productively in their various businesses. Thank you and God bless you.
This chamber of Foreign Commission. Before we go to the presentation, we would like to have group photographs with the commissioner before inviting.
I am really impressed with the turnout for this event. I think we gave out this notice just last week, and the response from the Osun business community shows that the people of Osun are ready to take Osun's economy to the next level. My observation when I resumed office here at the state government job was that quite a number of things we are not in the right place. Again, I made a statement while discussing with the commissioner during my first visit that Osun is not occupying its space in the export world of the Nigerian. And one of the issues we discover is the gap of information. One in continue on export incentives that are administered by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Ohun tí mo sọ ni pé àwọn ètò Korea, sorry, having my zigzag Yoruba, but today we will try as much as possible to interject so that we can get the message across. So, kí ni àwọn ètò Korea tí ìjọba ti ṣe kalẹ̀ láti lè jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àwọn tó wà nínú ètò òkòwò pàápàá àwọn tí ń kó ohun àwọn product Nigeria lọ sí ìlú òkèèrè. Government knows that quite a number of things are wrong in the system. For instance, we have poor infrastructure in Nigeria. While an ordinary Nigerian manufacturer will have to provide this generator line for himself to activate his small company. Other countries of the world have 24 hours power supply. You will agree with me that that will make them to be at competitive advantage in terms of pricing. Because if you have to source your power, if you have to dig your borehole, if you have to provide your security, if you have to tar the road from the major lane to your factory, all these increases cost of production. And for countries like China that are more advanced industrially, yes, they might not have the raw material, but you cannot compete with them in terms of pricing because of the economy of scale. They produce in large quantity. And for these reasons, government has put some incentives in place that you, as an exporter, can tap from. However, not everyone, like the multinationals, are aware of these provisions, not to talk of benefiting from it. Therefore, this morning, we'll be looking at basically, we have talked about the introduction, the vision and mission of NEPC, not new to some of us. We're looking at why we export, the non-financial export incentive provided by NEPC, and the financial export administrators. Because these incentives come in different forms. There are some that are financial. There are some that are non-financial. And few of these incentives that we'll be looking at this morning is one, the export expansion grant, the tax relief on interest income. We have the export development fund. We have enough time. We talk about few that are not partner administrators like NEPC. Are not going to go in place by the federal government of Nigeria for pushing the effect of infrastructural delays and high cost of production by manufacturers. Some of these are include the higher gas service, the ECOWAS trade legislation, and the like of them. By way of introduction, the Nigerian Promotion Council is a federal government agency established by decree and eventually amended to an act between 1976 and 1992. Again, our main objective or our core function is to diversify the Nigeria economy through the instrument of non-oil. I love the background the Honorable Commissioner gave during his goodwill message, that prior to the discovery of oil, we have so many things that kept Nigeria going, that we have used even to develop some of the structures we are currently still having in some parts of Southwest and north. But maybe because the oil looks like a cheap money, we all jettison what looks like a strength to us and rush to the oil market. Unfortunately, again, I've said this several times, the oil we so much depended on has also failed us. So, at the NEPC, we promote the development and the diversification of the Nigerian export trade. We assist in promoting export-oriented industry in different ways, building their capacity, supporting them in product development, supporting and handholding them into the international market, and we play a leading role in the creation and administration of government incentive, which is exactly what we'll be discussing here this morning. Now, our vision is to make the world a marketplace for Nigerian non-oil export products, which means we want to see products made in Nigeria all across the globe. Not just Chinese products coming to dominate our own economy, but our own products should be able to fly out, and money in terms of heart flies into our economy, so that the challenge we are facing today relating to the shortage of supply of forex won't be a major issue to us. The reason why we are facing this problem is that we are an import-dependent nation. Of course, we have very great potential for us to get all we deserve. If Nigeria take its rightful place, we should be one of the countries determining the rate of dollars. Yes, I could be very young then, but my dad used to tell me that a dollar used to be around 75 kobo at a time, which means it was stronger. So what actually went wrong then? Does it mean the cocoa has ceased to grow? Does it mean the rubber is no longer there?
Does it mean the groundnut pyramid has been swept up by flood? It is there, they are not. These things are still there, but because we are no longer committed as it ought to be, and that is why we are where we are today. We, rather than export and bring in our money, bring more of those things. We go as far as bringing toothpick, and we have to source for forex to pay for it. We have cotton, we have yarn. We could produce what they call it, material, but we would prefer to even import ordinary handkerchief. And when you are discussing with your friend on the table, oh, I bought this handkerchief in Switzerland the last time I was there. In fact, this pen, I bought it at the Paris airport so that I will use it as a kind of class status, whereas directly or indirectly, we are killing our economy. We are killing the tomorrow of our children. Again, these things are obvious among us. How many of our graduates are roaming about the town? Jobless. These graduates have also become a source of problem to us. Because they are not just the old graduates, they are high-tech graduates. And that is why you will sit down and hear that on your phone. And you will shout, you will run, come, but to hold on. If these youths are gainfully employed, they wouldn't have time for all this. The brain they are using to do all this could be deployed to better things, could be deployed to inventing better machines for processing cocoa and some of the products we have here, so that they attract premium price. But it is never too late if we are able to discover ourselves. So, the mission is to spearhead the diversification of Nigerian economy by expanding and increasing our efforts for sustainable and inclusive economic growth. That is, we are programming to consciously increase Nigeria's global share in the world market. Today, if there are over 10 products that Nigeria is rated as either number 1 or 10 globally. I know there are countries who don't even have this oil that we have. Japan has nothing.
Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner. We so much appreciate your
to get in. And unfortunately, some of the products that are meant for shipment are perishable products that might not be able to last beyond a particular duration. So, what we have done is to partner with the organized private sector, because we will not run such platform. Government has no business in business but to provide an enabling environment. So, we have facilities where if you are ready to ship, you can take your products there. When you take your products there, the relevant inspection agencies, including NAFDAC, SON, Custom, will meet you there, certify it, and seal your container there. And from there, you will be scheduled. It makes movement seamless. So these are part of the intervention. And I think some 2 months ago, we gathered here to discuss the issue of export trade hubs. How many of us were here then? So I don't think we need to overflow that. The export trade house is a platform we have created in our strategic countries globally to enhance the visibility of made in Nigeria products and support the operator of the house to be able to generate orders for SMEs in Nigeria back home and facilitate easy delivery and quick remittance of proceeds. Now, those things I have mentioned earlier are incentives that looks non-financial, because we are not going to give you, there won't be an exchange of 1 naira between you and the council. Under that situation, it is possible that the council is investing money into the project, but the money does not come to you directly. What you only feel is the end results. For instance, if the council supports you in facilitating an international certification, all you will get is the certificate. How the money was paid or what transpired wouldn't have to do with you. Perhaps that would be behind the scene. But coming to this stage, we're talking about a situation where you are able to access some financial support to grow your business. The financial support implemented by the council comes under three major categories. One of them is the Export Expansion Grant Scheme, which is popularly called the EEG. The other one is the tax relief on interest income, the TRII, and the Export Development Fund Scheme. Each of these incentives are designed to address different challenges. And the requirement for assessing one might differ from the requirement for assessing the other. Like I said, some of these incentives are pre-shipment incentives. That is, incentives that can be enjoyed even before you start taking your products over there. It's one of the export incentives that was introduced by government for the council to administer. And the idea of the EEG is to further provide support to incentivize exporters who have actually exported a minimum of 5 million naira and have also repatriated the proceeds within the approved period. Now I take it again. That one, you must have exported. Two, you must have repatriated the proceeds of export. The repatriation must have been done within an approved time. So, which means the export expansion grant is a post-shipment incentive, and it is designed to improve the competitiveness of Nigerian products and commodities and expand countries' volume and value in non-oil exports. Now, the idea is that when you export and bring back certain value of money, and you are able to prove it and justify it that yes, I have done this, federal government will not look at it. Oh, you have brought 100 naira or $100. Okay, because you have done this and you have helped our economy, take $1 additional to boost your business. Do you know why? If everybody that exports repatriates, if you export, Baba export, he export, I export, everybody export, we will not have shortage of forex. And we will not be facing the challenge we are facing today. Our dollar to naira will not be as bad as 1,170, 1,002. So, which means you have assisted the government in stabilizing the economy and the naira. So, for doing this, government is saying, take cola. Is that clear? Yes. Interchange the word. It's intended to motivate you, because the assurance is that if you have brought $100 and the man dash you $1, if you bring 300, he won't dash you less than $3. So it's a reward for your contribution to the Nigerian economy. Now, how do you qualify to benefit from this? One, you must be registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, that is your company. In our last discussion here, I told us that one of the conditions for registering us that will enable you to register as an exporter is that one, your company must either be a limited liability company, an NGO, or a cooperative society. We do not relate with enterprise, because the death of an enterprise means the end of that business. But for limited liability company, NGO, cooperative, there are more than one people. So if anything happens to one person there, it doesn't stop the business from moving. It is an entity. It is a moving train. It is going on a going, according to accountants. They say there's something you call going concern concept. How many accountants do you have here? I say, so, when you have registered either as a limited liability company, NGO, cooperative, they now qualify you straight to register as an exporter with the Nigerian Promotion Council. Then, for you to qualify, you must be an eligible exporter of either manufactured product or merchant products. When I say manufacture, it means you buy concentrate and turn to juice like this. Or as a merchant, maybe you are coming to Baba's house, warehouse, to buy cocoa, to buy cashew, and from other places to aggregate and export. So you must belong to one of the categories. Then, the product that you are exporting that will qualify for this benefit must be a product that is made in Nigeria. You cannot import something from China and re-export and come and ask for incentive. Is it your level? So the platform is designed to promote made in Nigeria products to move outside our shores. Not for Chinese to bring things there, you buy from them and now take to Tonu or take to Ajashe somewhere, then you bring it back and say you have exported. No. Like I said earlier, the proceeds of your transaction must be brought back to Nigeria. You cannot afford to sell and tell your uncle there or cousin to help you get a limousine car with that money and send it back home. The money must come back home. Now let me be fast to say this, that yes, federal government insisted that the money must come back home, but you have original access to your money. Once the money hits your account today and is documented, the next day you will contact your banker and collect your money. The most important thing is that it helps us to have a favorable balance of trade, favorable balance of payments. Because you see, at the international committee, what makes you to stand as a nation, what makes your president to be able to stand and tell the other one to sit down first and listen to what he's saying, is how strong are you in the global economy. Chinese is not determining the trend of things, are struggling with US alone. They are doing it because the volume of trade they are doing and the volume of payments they are getting. If China shut down today and US shut down, the world will shift. You have in the last year, we were able, our country's product that went out is about $850 billion. Show us the record. Oh, we sold 75,000 tons of cashew to Netherlands. We sold cocoa to Hamburg in UK, in Europe. We sold rubber to Toyota in so place. We sold aluminium ingots. These are the proceeds of this. So Those are one of the reasons why government felt you are helping the economy, and that is why you should be rewarded. Payment hits your account. Your bank will notify the CBN that we are in receipt of social payment in respect of social transaction. And that is why inflow of money is being controlled. So that for every money that rolls into the Nigerian economy, it must be tied to a transaction. Especially a situation where we are having terrorism being financed globally in our hands. So, there are categories under the export expansion grants. There are products we call the fully manufactured products. Something like this. Ready to use. Something like this. Ready to wear. It's completely finished. Now, the next one is called, the next category is the semi-manufactured products. Yes, it looks like finished, but it serves as raw material to another company. For instance, when you process cocoa into liquor, powder, butter, what do you do with cocoa butter? Yes, but can you just carry cocoa butter like that and start rubbing? You have to hand it over to the cosmetic industry. It is a major raw material that is used. When you get the powder, it serves as raw material to those who that produce chocolates, to those who that produce Ovaltine, Bournvita, and all the likes of them. The first thing it considers is one, what is the local value added? That is, as a company, as an enterprise, what is your total profit in a year? Simply put, that's what they call the local value added. And that is why you will be required to submit a copy of your audited account. You will not be the one telling me that time that lọ́dún tó kọjá àjèrè náà àti ẹ̀dí tó bí 2 million ẹ ṣe ìyá ẹ fún wa níwèé tó yẹ pé accountant yìí ti certify ẹ pé lóòótọ́ lè jèrè ẹ̀. And if you have done that, and I'm not sure that you must have paid certain percent of tax to inland revenue. So that makes it very clear. What is the local content? Now, I said these incentives are designed to promote and boost the export of made in Nigeria product. However, there are situations where your your raw material might not be obtainable 100% locally. So what we are saying is that at least a reasonable percentage of the raw material should be sourced locally. In the form of cash. Once you are qualified, you are given a check. Just throw it into your account. But at the time, the bill became unsustainable. And again, the expectation of the federal government was that such grant, such incentive will be plowed back into the business so that the business can further grow. But unfortunately, people collect this money and the impact is not felt. Perhaps some people carry out
That's all you about.
So some people carry out some people
iṣẹ́ wa ni ká fẹ́ yà ní
bàbá iṣẹ́ yẹn mo máa bá ṣe má ní kó bí ẹ máa kọ́ mi wọ́n ṣe ṣe. You see, those cars are more of liability than assets. What I'm just trying to say is that there was misplacement of priorities. So, again, the bill became unsustainable, and therefore, government moved into what we call negotiable duty credit certificates. Then, the negotiable duty credit certificate, when given to you, it's like an instrument that allows you to offset your duties. Because, for instance, the hood, if you look at it very well, go back, you can see that the hood percentage of the benefit goes to manufacturers. Yeah. And hardly will you see a manufacturer that does not have imported inputs. So government came out with the idea of the negotiable duty credit certificate to enable you to knock off the cost of your duty at the cost of importing your imported raw materials. So that rather than going to the bank to pull out what you have to come and give customs, what you need to do is to get part of, when you get to customs and they say, how much is my duty for these raw materials, for these machinery that I have imported? Oh, it is 15.8 million naira. You go count 15.8 million naira for that instrument and hand it over to them, and they clear your products and your goods for you. So that was disbursed about 270 companies. For 2017 to 2020, we have paid about 4.9 billion naira so far to about 61 companies. However, we still have about what companies? We have a few companies that are still hanging for this period. I need to say that all these companies were settled with what you call the promissory notes because of the accumulation. There was a time, because of the issues I mentioned to you earlier, the processing of the claims stopped, and government was trying to find a way around it. Why the process stopped? Exporters were still busy doing their business. The only thing was that their claims were accumulating, and that is why you saw that we paid as much as this for this very year. And there are two types of certificates that are issued that we also need to know. These certificates are issued by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council to the beneficiaries. If you know that you want to take a loan from the bank and you want them to know that you are aware, you have one, the export manufactured certificate, which is the final certificate that is given when you obtain this kind of loan. You, as the beneficiary, has one. The bank has one. Inland Revenue has one. Then Nigerian Export Promotion Council keeps one. The excess of giving Inland Revenue is like notifying them that for this amount of loan that is given by this bank to this manufacturer, please waive the tax. Don't expect any tax. Certificates. It is a demand by an exporter from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council saying, I am negotiating a loan with, say, Fidelity Bank, but for the Incentive and Miscellaneous Provision Act in 1986 to provide assistance to private sector exporting companies to cover part of their pre-export promotion activities. Now, still go back. Nonsense. The various incentives available and administered in Nigeria under the supervision of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, the successful effort of the scheme in cushioning the effect of difficult terrain of production for exports, the role of incentive scheme in that part of the Nigerian economy, and the expected outcome from the export of non-export products. No doubt, I'll go it this way, that the environment is not conducive for business. Yes. The government is not insensitive to this. Like I said earlier, government has no business in business. But the business of government is to provide a conducive operational environment so that business can thrive. No doubt again that the SMEs, like those that are seated here this morning, are the bedrocks of the economy. Some of these multinationals we see, if you look at the number they employ compared to the number employed by the SMEs when you aggregate them, and the other effects, they cannot be compared. And that is why government has deemed it fit that some of these assistance be provided. But the information is not there for us to be able to access it, and that was why we have deemed it fit to say, okay, let's share it with us. Let's discuss it. We might not be able to exhaust the discussion fully. However, our office is just at Abere there. My colleagues are on ground. They will attend to you anywhere you meet them. Our phone numbers are open. Anytime, any day. I have one number, and those who have called me will know that even if you call me 10 o'clock midnight, I will answer you. By the grace of God, I will tell you to the show. So there's no reason why we should not attend to your needs. So I want to thank you all again for taking your time and listening. I know this, even the hall, nobody has done that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. My only, it's not going to be a question person. My only observation is that when we are having a very beautiful presentation like this, and it's for a purpose, there is need to have this in our archive so that whenever we are having this issue, we can go back as a reference. Last time, the one we did here in September 28th, Thursday to be precise, I requested for this thing through my email. I wasn't given the soft copy. So today also, which means you are owing me 2 presentations to be put in my archive so that I can be able to make better use of that something. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for such a wonderful presentation. I really appreciate it when people are enlightened and supposed to put this authority and put in place. I can boldly state that April State Coordinator is a round peg in a round hole, and I've been doing wonderfully well. I want to appreciate you for that. Thank you very much. Yes, while you were talking about documentation the other time, you mentioned a particular one of the documentations for exports, processing and all that. And you stated that if a particular product is being sold at a particular price on the world market, that as an exporter, one cannot individually negotiate a different price with your off-taker. I want to ask the question: is it a rule of thumb that you don't have the opportunity to actually maybe negotiate a different price directly with your off-taker? That it must be at the standard price that is being sold at that.
That is not fulfilled. You must have fulfilled those conditions before you can actually table it to the bank to negotiate with the bank. That's wrong. The other one is, don't we have banks or public institutions that give interest-free loan to assist SMEs?
I appreciate your brother, our father. My question seems to be observant. The first observation is in the agenda. In the agenda during point number 2, you say opening prayers for national. I think we did only one. In your website, I think you are telling us, especially all the producers of one product or the other, to make sure that we put more effort on our products, because for us to be eligible for exporting, I think we have to put more effort on our products. Number 3, observation. It happened last time. in our amendments, let it be easily arranged so that many will not be left out on giving food.
Okay.
Sir, I don't have questions, but I have observations. One, when the officer was here, he was talking about the importance of items to Nigeria, which does not help our economy. Sir, you people in government, I think you are rightly positioned to stop some activities. It is surprising to say that nothing happens to Nigeria. Where we are equally produces, people like me, is this of constant items. I think it is high time we take steps to stop such condition. Example of the government's area, what are we at our composition? Especially when people are using the sense at the beginning of the program. The majority of us are farmers. Either the sugar or agriculture or the food. Where is good? Because the focus of this program is paid exports. Eventually, we are able to gather some money. So we are encouraging us to pay exports. So I want to suggest or say that we have now people in the society who can help our economy with this export trade. You know, when I exported in goods, we are improving the economy of the country. And this will boost our value, our value products and income. So I want to suggest that assuming you have other guys here who are just something the economy, you can encourage these people to go to exports, but at us here at our age, most of us are retired, we are farmers. So please think of our young graduates and encourage them to go to exports. People here, you have the money. You are doing the right thing by encouraging us to bring exports. But I strongly believe that the majority of us here cannot boast of a million or of a billion naira. If we cannot boast of something not more than a million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 25, I may even think other million naira may be not having in our hands. Also, there are resources to have to get loan or support. But before we can look for support, we must know what we have in our hands, what we can afford. So, now, I'm a farmer. Likewise, I'm one of the Nigerian Shippers Association, out of which we intend exporting some fruits. Unfortunately, we partner with human doings, in conjunction with raw materials. Unfortunately, the man dies. So our hope, he has procured most of the certificates for export. We have a lot of mango and citrus farmers that planted hybrid species for exports. Are they okay? It's okay. Actually, we plan to export mango and citrus overseas in conjunction with raw materials and Chief Ade Yemi, the chairman for Human Doings. So we are on the plan. Unfortunately, the man died years after. He has procured everything that we signed some agreement with international organizations. So he has procured most of the cycle that we needed. Unfortunately, he died. So the factories and most of the cycle is wasted because nobody is continuing. He even borrow loans from UBA, billions of naira with support. But now, out of which we're trying to see way out.
how to get this in, because we have a lot of farmers that have planted these varieties for exports. But now we are not seeing where we can help us. Out of our search, we bet some overseas companies. They said if we want, if you want us, them to assist us, that we should pay about $1. That you can now open us to most of the countries that needs these varieties. We want to see where you can come in. So 1, 2, like the submission you are doing for us, because we are representing most of us are representing a lot of organizations now, and they are not around now. Because we don't have a take home. I will advise if you can send it to our emails or PD, because most farmers don't have emails too. The common among the farmers are this WhatsApp of a thing. If you can send it to PDF or something, so others to benefit, because there are a lot of people that wants to come here, because of one thing or the other, they are not here, maybe of distance. Maybe you can send it to us too. We can now discuss on that too. That's my submissions.
Chairman, I could observe that most of the acquired products are not required to be processed for exportation. Please, can you arrange a seminar for us on packaging such products? I will cite an example. Orobo has no processing before being exported. Itakula, this African pepe. Please, I'm to organize a seminar where you to know how to package it and the way out, so that it will not be rotted on the way to the finished land, the final also. Thank you.
For all the contributions, the observations, and the suggestions. See, the feedback we just addressed now is an indication that you were not just in the hall, but that our spirits were tied together in the course of this engagement. So I want to sincerely appreciate that. When I look at some of the babas here, I was thinking that some of them will be sleeping before we finish this program. But they are very alive. It's as if they are watching their people where they express it, so that nothing will happen to it. I want to appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. And again, look at the hall. Since we started, it's just the same way it is. Osun people, clap for yourself.
Export-oriented trainings, and then under that we will talk about zero to exports. Now my question is, how do you facilitate this for your beginners, like zero to exports for export-oriented training? How do you facilitate this? Because I noticed that the structure around, like what is common in Nigeria is like enriching the rich and then the poor get poorer. Like, how do you help those at the bottom of the ladder to move up to the top of the ladder concerning the export business?
Gẹ́gẹ́ bí Mùsùlùmí bèbè ọ̀rọ̀ náà sọ wípé onígbàgbé ni ọmọ ènìyàn. Ẹ máa ṣe ìrántí fún wọn. Gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ tá à ń kọ́ yìí ó wọ̀ wá lára lónìí, ṣùgbọ́n ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ bá ti dé ní oko àgbà ti dé náà á máa gbàgbé. Àwọn àkọọ́lẹ̀ yìí á bèrè náà ní àsìkò tó lọ. Ẹlẹ́bàá wà kásì sí. Èkejì, ẹ ń sọ fún wa wípé ẹnìkan tó bá sọ iye ọjà rẹ̀ tó bá ti kéré jù, wọ́n fura sí. Tó bá tún ti pọ̀ jù, wọ́n kò fura sí. Ǹjẹ́ àfẹnukò ń bẹ lórí báyìí àwọn nǹkan kọ̀ọ̀kan láti mọ̀ pé àjìká lọ wájú tàbí lẹ́yìn?
Please, sir, I do appreciate you, and I want to
get involved into these programs. So how do I get involved? Please, thank you.
Daddy has said we did not send an email. After we left here, we realized that over 50% of participants does not even have email from the record you have in attendance. And as much as possible, we wanted to be sure that we carry as much people along. You will recall that one promise I gave you there was that we are going to create a platform, and that where you have issue, send it there, even when you don't want to call me, so that the same question you want to ask me, B will not ask, C will not ask, D will not ask. We will have addressed it in totality, and we created that platform. Do you want?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. You are on the platform. So for those who were not on that platform, please see to it that you add them up. However, we must try as much as possible to also try to get a little Android phone. I know some of our phones are not WhatsApp compliant, so perhaps that is why that will have happened. So apology for that, sir. If that has not been done, perhaps the number you registered is not your WhatsApp number. So for today's attendance, if the number you have registered is not your WhatsApp number, please go back to the registration desk and correct it. We will also do the same thing for this program. It is my joy when I see questions coming up from engagement like this. It means we are ready to take it up from there. So that is that for that. Somebody talked about the issue of export documentation and the issue of pricing. See, I told you something, that one of the uses of pricing, it just goes beyond trading. People hide under the issue of pricing to bring in illegal funds into the country and to also start monies belonging to this country elsewhere. See, tí o bá kó ọjà tó lọ bí 100 million jáde tó sọ pé 5 million ni 5 million la máa retí pé ń wá kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí 5 billion tó kù. Tí o bá fẹ́ kókó wàrà kó wọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, ó gbúdọ̀ tọ́jú wọn, ó gbúdọ̀ provide owó fún wọn. Tó bá ta ọjà 10 naira tó ní ọjà 1 million naira ló ń tà, ṣé kò yẹ ká bèrè pé owó yẹn ti jáde? See, the challenge we are facing today, all these wahalas, they are funded from somewhere. My brother, you have a right to negotiate your price. In international trade, there is what we call premium pricing. But premium pricing has a ceiling. If something is sold for 10 naira, you could get it, the buyer will get it to buy for you 11 naira, 12 naira. Tó bá ti wọ 20 naira nǹkan mi wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó wọ́n wíwọ̀ láti dé èjìká, something else is there. You can't expect that the same cocoa they are selling for 10 naira. What did you put to your own cocoa that somebody wants to buy 25 naira? So while we are looking for money, we have to be mindful of the kind of money that comes into our economy, so that our economy will not be a source of running illegal funds to finance illegal activities around Nigeria and the sub-region. However, in terms of pricing, NEPC on a monthly basis provides you what we call, let's have one house once again, if you need to have side discussion, called international commodity price on a monthly basis. The idea of providing this for each commodity is not to tax people if people say it's 10 naira, but is to guide you so that in the process of negotiating, if we say it is 10 naira and somebody negotiating for 9 naira, 80 dollars, maybe because you are box with one, you want to sell it fine, but you should not go and sell for 6 naira, 5 naira. Then what is sold for 10 naira? How will somebody be telling you want to buy it for 25 naira? The person that is buying it from you is also using it to do something over there. If I buy cocoa If Calibre, one of the manufacturers of chocolate in the UK, buy cocoa from you for 20 naira and buys from another person for 15 naira, is it not the same chocolate that will be the end product of it? When you want to sell it, how much does it sell chocolate? Some of these things are just common sense, and government knows why it is trying to regulate that. The issue of tax based on earned income negotiation and condition. See, the condition for obtaining bank loan remains sacrosanct. You cannot go to the bank and get a loan of 200 million without doing collateral. You cannot go to take a loan of 200 million without having a surety that will sign for you. But what we are saying is that the interest itself that you are going to pay on the loan can be negotiated. In fact, let me even tell you, let's leave the issue of CRI aside. If I'm giving the contractor this building, and you are giving the same contractor another building of 3-bedroom flats, he does his bill of quantity and says the cost of his professional fee is 5%. He gives the 5% for another 3-bedroom. And I knew the cost of putting up this structure would be 20 times of that 3-bedroom. I can say, no, I'm not going to give you 5%. I'm going to give you 2%. Because if he's a sensible contractor, he will still hold on to this, knowing fully that the return on this is far higher than what's at the other end. So, who said that? Interest-free loan. At one point in my life, I did banking and finance. And when you say something low, it's only government that can do that. And when government does that, they don't call it loan, they give you grants. They give you intervention. See, for every bank that is set up, whether interested, whether clinical, there's the way they recruit their money and get money for it. Even the Islamic banking that said no, there's the way of servicing the cost of operation. You pay salary, you pay the cost of maintaining cars, you pay for some other things. The money has to come from somewhere. Government will do as much as possible to support the grants, but the financial institution will always collect interest on their loan. Maybe with single-digit interests. We are around here. We are around the southwest, where understanding differs. I was brought up in the north and I have lived here all my life. So, I don't want to talk about that. But let us go by the guideline of those that have engaged us and are paying us so that we don't go outside the room. See, why we say that national anthem? If anybody says glory for Jesus, the next thing that we do is to remove my cap. Amen. But by the rule that we have, the second stanza of the national anthem is to serve as the national prayer in every public function. The Shippers Council is in charge of regulatory of the shipping sector, while NEPC promotes non-oil products outside the country. Somehow, our mandates are complementary. However, there is a thick line. However, the best way to go out of all this is for us to break walls, to remove silos, come together, form synergy to achieve the national objective. So that some people, the rich will not continue to get richer and the poor poorer. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and every other thing shall be added unto you. Register with Nigerian Promotion Council as an exporter, and you will get an email in a short while telling you to join us in the program somewhere free of charge. We
take it up from there. If you are registered as an exporter and you don't get that, the number that was displayed earlier, call me on it. They are similar question. All you need to do to be part of our program is to register with the organization. Like I said, if you have a limited liability company, an NGO, or at the very worst, form yourself into cooperative. Somebody has 500,000, like the other man said, 1 million. How much is the capital? 2 million. But let me tell you, if you bring 2 million, 1 million, 800, together among 1,500 people, before you know, it becomes big money. Yes. The bank will start running after your chairman. In fact, you will start suspecting him that because by then the money is handful. Those 500,000, like I even told you, if you want to go on survey, if you spend a lot of money, what will be left? But again, everybody wants to be chairman of Ankali Nigeria Limited. Chairman imports. I'm going to just mention something about it.
Really appreciate the coordinator. He has said it all. During the presentation, he has said a lot about this importation. You see, government have put some policies in place to regulate importation of goods into the country. Like what he said, there was a time, if you up to now, some other barriers to be open. Like your state, your state. Now there is no border that is open. It's still closed. That one is mine. That's why you see some items were giving high duty rates, and at the same time they have to pay levy in order to discourage people. But we love for our government for the what do you call it, foreign goods. People are still participating. You see where they say 100% duty, then at the same time they pay 100% levy. But still, people are still importing. No, there is no way, there is no isolation in the world, in the global world, because there is no, you cannot produce all what we needed in the country. That's the Nigerian Council and the Nigerian Association. We really thank everybody that came to attend this seminar. And we thank the Anchor Bank, the custom officers, the NAFDAC. We really thank them a lot. I thought when they call it next time they will be present. So we will allow the lion. Thank you.
We encourage local made products. We give them enabling environment. We connect them to the right source where they can get funding, where they can get support. You can see, for your information, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has given an opportunity for export promotion in our office. They have their state office in the ministry. So these are the things that help the society, that help the economy, so that they will be able to help the young entrepreneur to promote the local made goods from Osun State. Ohun tí a ń ṣe láti lè ran àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́wọ́ lọ́sùn, láti lè ní ìlọsíwájú, láti lè ní iṣẹ́ àdáni. Ara ẹni tá à ń ṣe láti lè gba àwọn Export Promotion Council láàyè nínú ministry wa. Wọ́n ní ọ́fíìsì, the state office wọ́n wà lọ́fíìsì, ó wà ní inú ọ́fíìsì wa. And a dẹ̀ tún fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ dá iléeṣẹ́ lẹ̀, iṣẹ́ àdáni, à ń fún wọn ní ìrànwọ́. A dẹ̀ tún fún wọn ní èyí táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní contact, wọ́n ṣe rówó ìrànwọ́. A dẹ̀ tún jẹ́ kàn mọ̀ yí pé tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ ìjọba láti lè fún wọn ní ìgbèdéke tí wọ́n fi lè lọ síwájú, à ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Àwa ṣetán láti lè jẹ́ kí ọrọ̀ ajé Ọ̀ṣun kó rọgbùgbọ́gbù sí, so that àwọn èèyàn wọ́n lè di àwọn tí ń gbà yàn ṣiṣẹ́, rádà kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ń wáṣẹ́ kiri. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n jáde lénìí iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń wá kiri ló jẹ́ kí ọrùn wọ ìjọba bọ̀tá àwọn fúnra wọn bá dálé iṣẹ́ kéékèèké lẹ̀ ọrùn ò ní wọ ìjọba. Tẹ́ bá rí Amẹ́ríkà ń sìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tó bá ti ń jáde àwọn ò wá iṣẹ́ kiri wọ́n ti dálé iṣẹ́ ara wọn lẹ̀. Ìyẹn náà ni ìjọba lábẹ́ gómìnà wa Sẹ́nitọ̀ Adémọ́lá Jackson Nurudeen Adeleke ló fi sọ fún gbogbo èèyàn pé òun fẹ́ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n lè ní iṣẹ́ àdáni ní agbára Ọlọ́run Ọ̀ṣun ó máa dára.
Very well. You see, the excess of carrying out this sensitization program is that we realize that notwithstanding that the government has put in place so many incentives to assist exporters, especially the SMEs, not all of them are aware of the existence of these incentives, how much more, how to access it. So what we have used this platform to do for now is to educate them on the available incentive and how to access it. You see, these incentives, they are expected to cushion the effect of the poor infrastructure that we have that is making made in Nigeria product uncompetitive in terms of pricing in the global market. So those that have come today, by the grace of God, if 10 out of over 160 participants will take advantage of this and leverage of this to improve their business, then our share of the international market will definitely increase and they will help in growing and developing the economy. Màá sọ pé ó ti ṣe ohun tá a fẹ́ kó ṣe because ohun tá a fẹ́ kó wọ́n mọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn ètò kóríyá èyí tí ìjọba ní kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn oníṣòwò pàápàá àwọn tó ń kó àwọn nǹkan tí à ń ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè jáde lọ sí òkè òkun. So nínú over 162 people tó participate téèyàn bíi mẹ́wàá bá ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n get nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n get, definitely business wọn are increased and the impact wọn will felt more not just in Osun State but in Nigeria at large.
ní ẹ bá wa sọ yẹn ní Yorùbá ipa wọn a rí ipa wọn ní ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àti ní Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀. The Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises Exporters, organized by the Osun State Coordinating Office of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council (NEPC), attracted key stakeholders in export business, business owners, investors, farmers, and food processor experts, among others. In his welcome address, Osun State Coordinator (NEPC) Mr. Sunday Ayodele said the Strategic Export Development Program for Small and Medium Enterprises Exporters is part of the effort of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, an agency charged with the responsibility of developing and promoting non-oil export towards the diversification of the Nigerian economy in ensuring that information gaps are bridged to the benefit of the exporters at grassroots level. The state coordinator noted that the program is aimed at educating potential exporters and other stakeholders on export incentives put in place by the council so as to enhance their export businesses. He charged those who participated in the program to ensure they acquaint themselves with the resources made available by the council so as to enable them draw wealth and tap the untapped resources in the export sector.
The excess of carrying out this sensitization program is that we realize that notwithstanding that the government has put in place so many incentives to assist exporters, especially the SMEs, not all of them are aware of the existence of these incentives, how much more, how to access it. So what we have used this platform to do for now is to educate them on the available incentive and how to access it.
In his remarks, the Osun State Commissioner for Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Reverend Bumi Jenyo, who commended the effort of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, affirmed the Osun State government's commitment under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke towards promoting export growth by giving maximum support to goods exporters as a way of adding value and growth to the state economy. He noted that there is urgent need to encourage the development of local industries in the country as a way of promoting the patronage of locally made goods and products, adding that efforts are in top gear to increase visibility and market share for these indigenous products.
We encourage local made products. We give them enabling environment. We connect them to the right source where they can get funding, where they can get support. So these are the things that help the society, that help the economy, so that they will be able to help the young entrepreneur to promote the local made goods from Osun State.
The commissioner, who noted that Osun State is well blessed with various agricultural products, said the state government is aware of the challenges faced by Nigerian exporters, adding that certain steps have been put in place to assist farmers export their products with ease. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odunuga, OSBC News.
Níbi àgbékalẹ̀ ètò náà tí alákòóso àjọ tí ó ń ṣe àgbélárugẹ fọ́rọ̀ àwọn tó ń fi ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè gbé kalẹ̀ láti ráwọn oníṣòwò, àwọn olókoòwò, àwọn àgbẹ̀ àtàwọn míì. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ kíni káàbọ̀ rẹ̀, alákòóso àjọ náà nípìnlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Sunday Ayọ̀délé sọ pé ètò ọ̀hún ni wọ́n ṣe fáwọn olókoòwò kéékèèké àtàwọn tí okòwò wọn gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí díẹ̀ sí tí wọ́n fi ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè tó sì jára akitiyan àjọ náà àtọ́júṣe rẹ̀ láti máa ṣe àgbélárugẹ fáwọn ọjà tí wọ́n fi ń ṣọwọ́ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè kí lọ síwájú lè wà nídìí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí káwọn tí wọ́n ń fi àwọn ohun èlò yìí ṣọwọ́ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè láwọn ẹsẹ̀ kùkú lè ní ìmọ̀ tó kún. Alákòóso àjọ ọ̀hún nípìnlẹ̀ yìí sọ pé lọ́nà àti túbọ̀ làwọn lọ́yẹ̀ lórí àwọn ètò tájọ náà ṣàgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ fún wọn ló mú kí wọ́n ṣe ètò ìtanijí yìí. Ó rọ àwọn tó kópa níbi ètò náà láti rí dájú pé wọ́n ṣàmúlò ọ̀kun òjọ̀kan àǹfààní tí àjọ yìí gbé kalẹ̀ fún wọn.
Ohun tá a fẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn ètò kóríyá èyí tí ìjọba ní kalẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn oníṣòwò pàápàá àwọn tó ń kó àwọn nǹkan tí à ń ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè jáde lọ sí òkè òkun. So nínú over 162 people tó participate téèyàn bíi mẹ́wàá bá ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe tí wọ́n gẹ̀ẹ́tì nǹkan tó yẹ kí wọ́n gẹ̀ẹ́tì definitely á rí ipa wọn ní ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àti ní Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀.
Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ kọmíṣánná fọ́rọ̀ okòwò àti iléeṣẹ́ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun Reverend Bùnmi Jẹ́nyọ̀ òun ló ti gbóṣùbà fákitiyan àjọ tó wà fárọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń fi ohun èlò àti ọjà ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ní ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí lábẹ́ ìdarí gómìnà Adémọ́lá Adélékè yóò máa ṣàtìlẹ́yìn tó gbọngbọ́n fún wọn lórí fífi àwọn tá à ń ṣe lábẹ́lé ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè tí yóò sún mú kéètò ọrọ̀ ajé ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fẹjú sí i. Ó ló ṣe pàtàkì láti máa ṣe àgbélárugẹ fáwọn tó ń pèsè nǹkan lábẹ́lé àti pé ètò tí ń wáyé láti fààyè gba títa àwọn nǹkan tá à ń pèsè lábẹ́lé ní ọjà tó rọjú. Kọmíṣánná náà fi kún pé Ọlọ́run kẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun pẹ̀lú ọ̀kun òjọ̀kan àwọn ohun èrè oko. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ní ìjọba mọ̀ nípa ìpèníjà tó ń kojú àwọn tó ń fi ohun èlò ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè tí ètò sì ti ń wáyé láti ran àwọn àgbẹ̀ náà lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n lè máa fi rí oko wọn ṣọwọ́ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè.
Ohun tí à ń ṣe láti lè ran àwọn ọmọ wa lọ́wọ́ lọ́ṣun láti lè ní ìlọsíwájú láti lè ní iṣẹ́ àdáni ara ẹni tá à ń ṣe láti lè gba àwọn Export Promotion Council láàyè nínú ministry wa. Wọ́n ní ọ́fíìsì the state office wọ́n wà lọ́fíìsì ó wà nínú ọ́fíìsì wa and a dẹ̀ tún fún àwọn tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ dá iléeṣẹ́ lẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àdáni à ń fún wọn ní ìrànwọ́ a dẹ̀ tún fún wọn ní èyí táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní contact bí wọ́n ṣe rówó ìrànwọ́ a dẹ̀ tún jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ yí pé tí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ ìjọba láti lè fún wọn ní ìgbèdéke tí wọ́n fi lè lọ síwájú à ń ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Àwa ṣetán láti lè jẹ́ kí ọrọ̀ ajé Ọ̀ṣun kó rọ́gún sí i.